All right, so once again, my name is Bailey. I'm going to be teaching our class on marketing with MyKW today. If you are following along, go ahead and go to mykw.kw.com and get logged in. Right now I'm on the home page and this is what your screen should look like. Alright, so once you're on the home page of MyKW, we're going to go ahead and jump into eEdge. We're going to be working within the My Marketing section today. So from the very top of our eEdge control panel, top center, we're going to go ahead and click on the plus sign next to My Marketing. And we're going to select this first option, Create Marketing Materials. This is going to bring us into the Marketing Center of eEdge. This is where we can access all of our marketing materials. So we can access different email marketing, print marketing, any email campaigns, drip campaigns, any saved designs or pieces that we've created in the past. So this is basically going to be our hub for the marketing within eEdge. But first, before we create a piece, we want to make sure that all of our contact information that will be going on these pieces is correct. We don't want to have to update that every single time on each individual piece, so we're going to start out by going up to the top right corner and clicking on Account. And from here we're going to click this first option that says My Account. This brings us into the account settings page of eEdge. Here we can see our personal information. This is the information that will be displayed on our marketing materials as well as our eEdge website and any drip campaigns that we create. So we really want to make sure that everything on here is correct before we move forward with creating marketing materials. So to edit the content of this page, we can click on the blue Edit button up at the top left. It's basically going to open this up so we can make changes. Some important things to note, display name, this is the name that'll show up on your marketing material, so we definitely want to make sure that this is correct. This might be your name, a team name, what have you. Things like title, designations, these are extra things that you can add in. Title would be something like realtor, broker, CEO. Designations would be things like certified military homing specialist, senior homing specialist, those special classes you take that add all the letters after your name, that's what would be going in this box. Over to the right we have two spaces for phone numbers. We have a mobile number and an office number. We don't have the ability to remove these icons. These won't actually show up on the marketing materials. These just show up on your website. We don't have the ability to remove these or swap these. But you can choose to have both phone numbers on here. You can choose to have only one. You could have the same for both. Whatever works best for you, but make sure you have at least one good phone number in there. And then over here, external email. So this needs to be an email different than this KW Realty email right here. This may be your kw.com email. That'd be a perfect email to use in this box. But some sort of external email that you're using for your business. So this is going to be your main business email. And directly below that, we have this option that says marketing and reply to email. Basically what that means is this is going, whatever you choose here, whether that's eEdge email or external email, this is the email that's going to display on your marketing materials, and if anybody replies to anything that you send out, the reply will go to whichever email you choose. So we always set it up and recommend that you do the external email. Over to the right, marketing website. This is the URL of whatever main website you're using for your business. It might be your eEdge site, it could be your Playster site, it could be just another site that you have created on your own through another vendor, but make sure you have something in this box. On your marketing materials and on your campaigns that you create, there will be a link that says go to my website. So we want to make sure that we have a good link in that box. Marketing address, make sure that this is your office address and not your home address. Call to action, this could be like a slogan, catchphrase. And then my mobile app, we want to make sure that our mobile app code is in this box. If we have done a setup for you, we would have put this here. You can find this in the e-agency section of MyKW. It's actually 4.5 is where you can find your mobile app code. If you guys don't have this in this box and you're having trouble finding it, reach out to us and we can definitely help you get that fixed up. Once everything in here looks good to go, I'll go ahead and click Save. And this actually updates right away, so these changes that we made will show on our website right away and on our marketing materials. So if you're working on something and you see that it's incorrect, any personal information on there, you can actually come to this page, update it, and then it'll reflect right away on that piece that you're working on. If we scroll down, we do have some options down here to add in social media. This just adds little icons onto our website and onto our marketing materials, our email marketing materials. So if you have any social media profiles you'd like to add, you can put them in here. If you want to edit these, you can click on this little pencil button and change out whatever that profile is. We can delete them by clicking the blue X to the right and hitting the delete button. And if we wanted to add a profile, we can click Add Social Media. For URL type, if we click this, we have quite a few options. Say you have a LinkedIn profile. This is usually something like linkedin.com/in/ and then your name. So whatever that is, whatever profile, add in the appropriate URL and click Save, and that'll update right away. And lastly, at the bottom of our page is our Images section. First one on the left is our website image. This is the profile picture used on your website. Pretty straightforward. Marketing image, so this is what's actually going to appear on your drip campaigns or on your flyers, what have you. Most of the time these will be the same, but sometimes people have different photos. Sometimes people like to use the PNG image, which has the background cut out. So it's just like an agent on whatever background the marketing material is. So make sure you have your face on both of these. And then marketing logo. So there's no need to add in just a generic KW logo on this spot. When you do create the marketing materials and any drip campaigns, it adds in a KW logo for you. But say your office has a custom logo that says like Keller Williams City Views or Keller Williams Coastal Properties, and it actually is customized beyond just a KW. This is a great place for that. If you also have your own logo that you've had created for yourself or for your team, this would be a good place for that. Or you could even put in a QR code here. This would be great for your print marketing materials. You could put in the QR code to your mobile app or a QR code to your website. You can actually add that in here, and then when you create flyers, people can scan that and be taken to your website. So just some ideas for that, but looks like we're actually good to go. Now that we have all of our information updated, we can actually go in and create some marketing pieces. So we're going to go up to the very top and we're going to click on Marketing. And we're actually going to start by creating a campaign. So I'm going to click this second option down that says Manage Campaigns. This is going to bring us into the My Campaigns page. This is where we can see all of our campaigns. Up at the top you can see it says show, so right now I'm looking at any campaign, so campaigns with any status and any schedule. So basically I'm looking at all of them. I'm looking at campaigns that are active as well as campaigns that are paused. We can go in and edit our campaigns from this page. I'm actually going to go in and create a new campaign to show you guys what that looks like. So I'm going to click this blue button up at the top right, Add New Campaign. Alright, this brings us into the Create a New Campaign page. This basically gives us a whole list of all the different campaigns that are available. So there's quite a few, 64 different campaigns. You can scroll down and see all of them here. You can also use this search options box on the left. You can search for specific campaign titles, different collections, different types. The newer campaigns will be up toward the top. So I'll just show you guys real quick. Most of the time the first campaign you're going to be setting up is a 33 touch. We have one of these up at the top. There's quite a few. This campaign is really great for your sphere of influence, so your SOI, whether that's family, friends, coworkers, people like that, that's who you would want to add to your 33 touch campaign. This campaign is a date campaign, so it's on a specific schedule by date. This one runs for the whole year, so they usually run about April to April. I think this year it started a little later in May. But basically this runs for the whole year, goes out twice a month. It's usually something like a mix of a newsletter and then some sort of seasonal or fun piece. So say we wanted to choose this piece, we can see here down at the bottom it says Show Campaign Step Details. So if we actually click on that, this will expand and you can see more of what I'm talking about. So looks like the first step that went out on this campaign was this piece. 5 tips for choosing a new neighborhood, something a little fun and light like this. And then of course your personal information is plugged in at the bottom. But what I did was I just clicked on this thumbnail and that brought that up. So you can see step 1 was that piece, and then step 2 is actually a newsletter. We're going to get more into this one later, but that's the 33 touch campaign. There's also a 12 direct campaign. These ones go out once a month for the whole year. These are great for past clients and people who you don't really want to email or bug too much. Some people that you just want to keep in touch with. You don't want to oversaturate them with too many emails, but you just want them to know that you're still around. That would be, a 12 direct is a great campaign for them. As you can see with most of these campaigns, we have a regular version and then a team version. So make sure you're choosing the right one. Some of these are just email. You'll see it'll say HTML email. Some of them are multi-channel. This means that it is email and print marketing. So these will be, if we expand this, you can see it's an email followed by a postcard. And then there's also just print campaigns. So look, it looks like this one has 3 different versions. If the 12 direct, you can do just email, you can do multi-channel, which is email and print, or you can do just a print campaign, which is all postcards. So that's an example of a 12 direct. And then our other campaign type, here's some more 33 touches right here, are the 8x8 campaigns. So these are great for people who you want to pursue a little more aggressively. This is for buyers or for sellers. So say you have people that you met at an open house. You would want to put them on an 8x8 buyer campaign. These ones go out once a week for 8 weeks. So like I said, they're a little more aggressive. So you really don't want to just throw everybody on here because they're probably going to get sick of these. But if it's somebody who really is interested in buying or selling soon, an 8x8 campaign would be great for them. And you can scroll down and see all the different 8x8 buyer or seller campaigns. There's a couple other campaigns I want to point out really quick. Birthday greetings. So if you have in your database, if you have your clients' birthdays set up, it would be great to set them up on a birthday greetings campaign, because what this will do is every year on their birthday, I think it's for 10 years. So if you're with Keller Williams for 10 years, you don't have to worry about any of this, but it'll start sending them these nice birthday messages every year on that day. There's also a, where'd it go? Purchase anniversary campaign, same sort of thing. This is for past clients who have, you've helped them purchase a home. You can put in their purchase anniversary date into their My Contacts section, and every year they'll get this happy anniversary message from you. And then lastly, there is a mobile app campaign. This mobile app campaign is email, and it does just encourage clients to download your mobile app. You can see that here. It has information about the Keller Williams app, and then this is why we plugged in your mobile app URL into the My Account section, because people will get this little button, download my app now, so we want to make sure that this is actually linked properly, so when they click on it, they download your mobile app. But that's just a little brief overview of the different campaigns we have. I'm going to scroll all the way back up. And we're going to go in and set up this 33 touch campaign. So we found a campaign that we like. We looked at the campaign step details and we thought that this one looked pretty good. So what we'll do is we're going to click this blue button next to the one we want, and we're going to choose this template. Alright, so this brings us into step 2 first. You can see that step 2 is opened up. I'm actually going to minimize this by clicking on the title of step 2, just so you can see it. Step 1, this is just renaming the campaign. Nobody sees this except for you. So say this is a 33 touch for your SOI, you can mark it like that. That's really all this is. So if you have different campaigns set up for different groups of people, I would probably just mark them. It'll help you keep track of who's on it. So that looks good. I'm going to click Save and Continue. Now, step 2, review and configure steps. I'm going to click on that, and that's going to open up this little drop-down menu. So this is a date campaign. What that means is this runs on a specific schedule. So as you can see, well, I told you that this campaign runs all year long from April to April, but we aren't able to see those past pieces. Basically, if we add people to this campaign today, they're not going to go back in time and receive step 1. They're actually just going to jump in with wherever this campaign is. So that's the main difference between an interval campaign and a date campaign. This one is a date campaign. It's going off specific dates. The 8x8 campaigns that I pointed out earlier, those are interval campaigns. Basically what that means is when you add somebody to that campaign, they'll get the first email 24 hours later, and then it'll start after that and continue. So it looks like if we were to set up this campaign today, the first piece that your people will get is on September 3rd. You can actually change that by clicking on the calendar button if you wanted to. You can change the email subject here. Just add an exclamation point. And then over to the right, if we click on the little thumbnail, we can see what this piece actually is, and it looks like it's preparing you for a natural disaster. Super important. But say you're looking at this and you want to make some changes. I'm going to close out this preview, scroll back up, and then next to this piece there is a personalize button. So when I click on this, this is going to allow us to go in and actually make changes. Alright, so now we're in our campaign piece. If we scroll down, we can see the whole thing, and you can actually see that our personal information has been plugged in, and here's that little generic KW that I told you they'd add in for us. And then down at the bottom, you can see here's that link, download my mobile app. This is our marketing and reply to email, and this is our marketing website. All of this we updated on that My Account page. So let's just go up and go ahead and make some changes to this. So say we want to change out the text. I'm going to go ahead and just click on this line next to this. Oop, I got a message. My audio keeps cutting out. Can you guys hear me? How is it sounding? I have a headset in, so it's fully charged. It should be working, but can you guys hear me? Can somebody say something? Give me a message back. It's okay. Okay, cool. Let me know if it happens again. I just adjusted my headset, so hopefully it doesn't kick out. If not, I'll go ahead and take the earpiece out. Okay, dang. Well, sorry guys. That's super weird, but hopefully it is fixed now. Thanks for letting me know. Alright, so like I said, I'm going to go ahead and just make some changes to this. Say I want to update this title, I can just click my mouse next to that. I can highlight this text, delete it. This is kind of my go-to. We can change this out. Say we wanted to change the font or the text size or the color. I'm just going to highlight that text. And then up here we have this little like editing bar, toolbar. I can change the font. I can change the font size. I can change the color. Usually I just make this look really funky. So there we go. Basically it's really simple. You're basically just clicking and editing. You will see later on that there is a difference between the HTML pieces and the print pieces. On these ones, we don't have as much wiggle room. Like we can't just grab things, and we can kind of grab them and move them around, but we're kind of limited to like the setup of the piece because it is HTML optimized. But you can kind of play around with this as much as you want. Say I want to switch out this photo. I just clicked on that. And you can either upload an image from your computer. Over here, these would be any pictures that you've uploaded, so these are saved to your account, and they also have some awesome stock photos in here. Some of these are kind of funny, so like I like going into animals. Here we go. Some labradoodles. Oh, they are cute. So there we go. Who wouldn't want to get this email with a picture of puppies? This is perfect. There we go. So you can go in and just play around with this. If you wanted to, say you wanted to add a video to this. Maybe you have a nice introduction video, or you made some sort of video with monthly updates or something like that. I want to add in a video. So I'm going to put my cursor here at the end of this paragraph because I want to add my video in after this. So I'm going to click enter. It's going to bump me down a line. And then what I can do is I can go up to the top. There's a lot of different buttons on here. It's kind of similar to Microsoft Word. This button here you can use to insert an image, but I actually want to add a video. So I'm going to click the Insert Video button. It's this little black square, looks like a film strip with a play button on it. So if I click on that, perfect. So now it says over here to the right, submit your video URL. Enter video URL here. So when you add a video, it does have to be either on YouTube or Vimeo. You can't upload a video directly from your computer or from your phone or tablet. It does have to be online first. So which is easy. You just have to set up a YouTube account and then add your video. So I'll just go to YouTube, youtube.com/ScottLeroyMarketing. This is our YouTube page. If you guys haven't checked out this page yet, you definitely should. There's lots of awesome training and stuff on here. But I'm just going to pick this intro video. So basically what you need to do to get the URL is you need to go to your video like you're watching it. Like you're just a normal person watching this video on YouTube. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to copy this URL. So I just copied what was in the address bar like I was watching the video, and then I can come back to my page and go ahead and paste that. And once I click submit, we can see that it added in our video. I'm going to go ahead and move this to the center. I'm going to click the text alignment tool and center it, and then I can drag the corners and make it bigger. And there we go. Now we were able to add a video to our campaign. So once you have this good to go, everything looks the way you want it to, we can go ahead and go up and click save. You can change the title if you'd like. I'm just going to leave it and click the save button. There we go. And now when I click exit, it brings us back into the campaign, and we can click on this thumbnail now. This is the step we were working on, and you can see it's been updated. So everything looks good. Our edits are there, our video is there, and then our whoa! What just happened? I don't know what happened, but anyway, it's good to go. If we scroll down, there are some other steps in here. Your next step is a task. There are some tasks and different prompts in here. So this one says, this month in real estate is ready for your edits. So we can see the next piece that goes out is a this month in real estate newsletter. You can see here that the personalized button isn't there. That's because the newsletters aren't able to be edited until about 10 days, 9 or 10 days before they actually go out. So on the 5th is you get this task notification basically telling you, hey, your newsletter is ready. You can then go in and make edits, and this personalized button will be there, and you can go in and make your changes. So there are some other activities in these 33 touch campaigns that you don't have to do, but they're pretty cool. This one's an activity, it's a phone call, and they actually give you a script, which is pretty awesome. So you can go in and do those. If you want to remove steps, you can go ahead and click on this blue X here. Say you don't even want to see this, you don't want to be reminded, you don't want to make this phone call. You can go ahead and click on the blue X. Yes, delete step, and now it's gone. You can also add steps into these. I'm going to scroll back up. You can click on this blue button, and then it'll ask you like what kind of step you want. If you want to add an email piece, a print piece, a reminder, a task, what have you. I'm not going to go into this too much today. We do have videos on creating custom campaigns, but just know that you can do a lot of personalization with these. So let's scroll all the way down. One thing to note, you actually don't have to make any changes to this. A cool thing about these campaigns is they say set it and forget it. So you can actually set this up. You don't have to make any changes. Say you're like, whatever, I don't care what this says. You know, I'm just good that my clients are getting an email from me and seeing my name and my face. You can just scroll down and click save and continue. And then this will just run the whole year long. Alright, scroll back up. So step 2 is finished. Step 3, add or remove contacts. I'm going to click on that, and it's going to bring up this pop-up window. So it first brings us to the groups page. It's going to show you all of your groups that you have set up. So this is pretty cool. So say I want to add this coworkers group to this campaign. I clicked on the add button and it pulled them from the left over to the right. So what this means is in the future, if I add any new contacts to this coworkers group, they will automatically be put on this campaign with everyone else. So eEdge basically took a step out for us, which is awesome. In the past, when you added new people to a group, even if everybody else in that group was on a campaign, you would have to go in and manually add this person over to the campaign as well. So like I said, they just kind of took out that step for us and made it a lot easier. So that looks good. So you can add people by groups, which is what I recommend, or you can add them individually. So right now I'm on the Contacts tab. So over on the right, it's showing everybody who's already on my campaign. And since they're in a group and the group has been added to the campaign, I can't remove them from this page. If I wanted to remove them, I would have to remove the whole group. So I'll go back over contacts. This is great if you want to just add everybody, if you're not specific about a group. So it's going to show you everybody who's eligible on the left. If you uncheck this box, sometimes people will come in and say, hey, it says I only have 7 contacts. I know I have at least 10 in my database. That's because it's only showing the eligible people, which is what I recommend seeing. But if you uncheck this, it'll show you other people who can't be added to the campaign and why. So it looks like I'm actually on here and I unsubscribed, so I'm unable to add this person back over onto a campaign because they don't want to get my emails anymore. It'll also, if people in your database only have a phone number and no email, they won't show up once this box is checked either. So we can just go through, click on these people, add them to the campaign, and click Save. Our last step is step 4, review and activate. I always get this message that says these edits have not been saved, yada yada, but I know I saved everything. I think this is just a glitch. I get it every single time, so I'm just going to click continue. And we can finish this out with step 4. So once a contact completes this campaign, we can actually automatically add them to another campaign. This doesn't really make sense for the 33 touch or the 12 direct campaigns because those run for a whole year. And once those are finished, you're probably just going to add them onto the new campaign for next year. But if you have somebody on, say, a shorter campaign, like a mobile app campaign or an 8x8, I would say the best thing to do is once their 8x8 or whatever it is finishes up, you can add them to a longer running campaign. So I would either add them to my monthly newsletter or a 33 touch that you have set up. So let's pretend this is an 8x8. I want to set them up on a monthly newsletter after. Down below, we do need to check these boxes. This first one says, I've reviewed this campaign and its recipients, basically saying that you're not spamming anybody. And then this other box says, include showcase properties on all email steps. This will add a little box at the bottom of each step that says, check out these listings, and it'll put 3 listings on there. So once this is good to go, I'm actually going to click Activate Campaign, and this will get started. There we go. So this is the one that we actually just set up. It says campaign, it's active, 33 touch, buyer side SOI. We can see that there's 3 contacts on it. There's actually some cool information we can view on this page. We didn't have any groups, but from this page, say we wanted to add groups, we can just click on this button, and this same window will pop up and we can add in whatever groups we want. And click Save, and that'll update right away. We can see the steps that are on this campaign. It looks like this one's 22 emails and then 13 activities. Next campaign, once they're finished, they will be put on a monthly newsletter. We can also change this from here. And then performance. So if we click on this, performance at the end of this selected campaign, it's pretty cool. It's going to show us information about this. It's going to show us who's on it, the dates that it's running, the pieces that are going out, and then you can actually see more details here. You can see how many people opened, how many people clicked, if it bounced, and how many unsubscribed. So really awesome to follow up on with this information. I'm going to go back. I'm going to go ahead and pause this. I don't want to send these people anything. And say we wanted to delete a campaign. You can actually go back in. Oh, did I get a message? No, it must have been something else. Okay, so you can actually go in and click on the title of the campaign that you want to delete. And once it finishes loading, it always takes you into step 2. I'm going to go ahead and minimize that. But step 4, review and activate. Down at the very bottom right corner it says delete. So if we click on that, we can delete the campaign. So this monthly newsletter, it will always say active, but it's not actually running unless somebody is on there. It looks like we have people on this campaign, so I'm going to go in and actually just delete these people really quickly because I know it's my coworkers and I know they don't want to receive these emails. So I just clicked on the monthly newsletter title. Let's continue, that's fine. I'm going to go to add or remove contacts, and I'm just going to remove these people. And there we go. That one's actually updated. Just going to make sure one more time that that's done. Perfect. Okay, so here we go. Like I said, this is where you can view all your campaigns. The monthly newsletter will always say active. There isn't a way to pause it, but it's only active if there are people on there. So now there's no contacts, no groups. It still says active, but that's okay because it's not sending to anyone. All right, so let's go in and create some marketing materials. So we're going to go back up to the top, and we're going to click on Marketing. We're going to go to Marketing Center. Once again, this is the Marketing Center where we can access different email marketing, print marketing, our campaigns, mailing lists, any images we've uploaded to eEdge, save designs. Basically, all of our marketing stuff is here. I'm going to go in and create an email piece pretty quickly. So under Design Library, I'm going to click on this option that says Email and Video Marketing. You can also click here that says Browse Email Greetings. Either one will take you in. Alright, so this is the design library. What's cool is every single piece, there's a ton of pieces in here. So every email campaign, each step of the email campaigns can be sent out as like a one-time email. So say you set up a 33 touch and you really like step 4 and you just want to send it to some other clients like as a one-time thing, you can actually do that. So over here on the left, this search options box is going to make it really easy to sort through here. Right now we're looking at 488 different results, so tons and tons of email marketing. So over here we can see right now we have email and video marketing selected. We can also choose print, which we'll go over. But I'm going to start with the email and video. So 488 different results. You can also sort by collection. I like to just leave it as all collection and then use the keywords box. So say you're searching for a piece for buyers. You can type that in and hit enter or click the search button. So what's interesting is I put in buyers and it only gave me 12 results. So let's say I want to change my search. You have to click this box, this little red X next to buyers first. So you're not searching 2 words. You can just clear this search out by clicking the red X. So now I'm going to search buyer, and it's going to give me more results. So buyer versus buyers, just beware, buyer actually finds more pieces for you. So here we go, I put in the word buyer. We can put in whatever we're looking for, seller, family, I don't know, holiday, things like that. You can search for different pieces here. Right now it's giving me 117 different buyer pieces. If you also know like the specific title of the piece, you can search for that here as well. But let's just go ahead and send out this one. This is a short one. Time to buy, home ownership. So we found the piece we want to send out. We can actually click on that. So now we have 2 options. We can personalize it, or if we think this is good to go, we can just hit compose email and send the email straight off. But let's go ahead and just personalize this really quickly. Alright, sometimes that does take a minute to load, but here we go. We can go in, make our changes. I'll just change out this photo. I've already seen Halloween decorations in the store, which I think is just crazy, but you know, actually I saw a Christmas tree at the mall the other day. It's insane. But say this is a holiday piece. There we go. We made our changes. Maybe we want to make this text orange. Beautiful. Okay, so I went in, I made some changes. Everything looks good to go. Gonna click save. Make sure you're clicking this save button at the top right, or I'm sorry, top left, as often as you can. Unfortunately, I know I've had some times where I'm working on something and the system freezes and I lose my work, which is a total bummer. So make sure you're clicking the save button as often as you can so you don't lose any work. But I click save, now I can click exit, and we can see that this piece over here has been updated. So something that's pretty cool, since this is an email piece, we don't have the option. You'll see soon on our print pieces, it gives us a button that says download PDF. But since this is an email piece, we don't have that option, but we do have a workaround. So over here on the left, this little preview looks good to go. So what you can actually do is, say you want to email this out through a different email, maybe your KW.com email or a different Gmail that you have. Maybe you want to post this on Facebook or post it on Instagram, what have you. Maybe you want to print this. You can actually right-click this and do Save Image As. And you can save this as a JPEG. So now this piece actually saved to our computer. So now we save this, it's a JPEG. It's not going to be like the best quality for print, so you'll definitely have to test that out to see how clear it prints. But you can now work with this in different ways. You don't just have to email it through eEdge, you can post it on social media, put it in the body of a different email, print it, what have you. But let's go ahead and send this out. I'm going to click the Compose Email button. And what this does is it's creating an eEdge message. So when we do this, this email will be sent from your KW Realty email. So just keep that in mind. If we scroll down, we can see the piece here. It looks hazy because we can't make changes to it from this page. It is HTML optimized, so we do have to make those edits on that previous page we were just on. But it should look good to go. If we scroll down, we do have the option here to include showcase properties. So as you can see, it says new listings you might like, and it'll plug in some listings for you. If you want to add in those social media links, you can click on that. Let's see. It says connect with me, and then these are those different profiles that we added. And then if you wanted to attach something, you can click attach file and choose that file from your computer. I'm going to go ahead and scroll back up. We have the option to change the subject line here. These type of pieces, since it's not a campaign, we don't have the option to schedule it for the future unless you have Pro. So if you have Market Leader Pro, you can schedule this for a different time. But if not, we have to send it now. To add our contacts, you can click on the To button, or you can just start to type people in. You can only send these to people in your database, so make sure that if you're typing these in, those people have already been added to My Contacts. But I'll just go ahead and click on this To button. And this is similar to the campaign page where we added our contacts. You can click this blue button to add all eligible contacts here if you want to just send it to everybody. You also have the options to choose by status, whether they are lead, hot, warm, cold, what have you, or maybe you want to send to a specific group. You can scroll through here and check on those. But I just added everybody. I'm going to click Save and Continue. And once we have this all set up, we can click Send Now. Sometimes it takes a few minutes to go out. I've heard like up to 15 minutes, so just keep that in mind. I also recommend for the campaigns and really any piece that you send out that you add yourself to the list as well, just so you can see like what it looks like and when they actually receive it. But that's about it. If we hit send, this goes out and they receive our piece. I'm going to go ahead and click cancel. And now I'm going to click back to search. Alright, so now it kind of switched over. Before we were in Design Library, and now we're looking at Save Designs. So I'm going to get rid of this buyer keyword here by clicking the red X. So right now we're in Save Designs. These are all the pieces that we've created in the past. As you can see, we have quite a bit. So maybe you liked a piece a lot, and you want to go in and maybe send it again or make changes. You can find all of those pieces here in this Save Designs. I'm going to click Design Library. I want to take a look at some print pieces. Over here in our search options box, right now we're looking at email and video. I'm going to uncheck that and check the box for print. So I kind of wish they set this up differently. Right now we're looking at print, but then you have to specifically go into what type of print. We can't just look at all types of print. So right now we're looking at postcards. If we switch this little bubble, we can also look at flyers. Greeting cards, guides, and business cards. I'm going to go to flyers. And let's just go ahead and create a flyer really quickly. So you can find the design that you like, click on that. So what's cool about this is with these print pieces for properties, you will see this option here that says choose a listing. So if your IDX is set up, you will be able to type in a street address or an MLS number. If your IDX is not set up, this is going to be grayed out. You won't be able to click it. So if this isn't working, let us know. We can help you fix that up. But let's just start typing in an address. Here we go, 1470 Masters Boulevard. You can find the listing that you would like to create the flyer for. And now when we click Personalize, here we go. It plugged in our marketing piece, or I'm sorry, our listing. So it plugged in the photos, plugged in the description, the specs, things like that. If we wanted to change out these photos, say we don't like this one, we can click on that photo. We can replace it, crop it, or trash it. I'm going to click Replace. And this is very similar to setting up those email pieces. We can upload from our computer, we can go through our stock images, or since this is hooked up to MLS, we can click on MLS images and it'll show us different photos from this listing. So maybe we like this one better. We can go through and just click on those and find the right photo. There we go, and now it's been replaced. These are a little bit easier to edit than the HTML pieces. We can actually just click on things and move them around a lot better. We can drag and drop, make things bigger, smaller, things like that. You basically just have to play around with these. Some of these are kind of funky looking, and then like this one actually fit pretty well, but sometimes if there's a really long property description, it'll be kind of smushed and you'll have to resize it. Oop, we don't want it quite that big. But there you go, like I said, just kind of come in here and play around, move things around, make it look the way you want. I think you can actually, Yeah, say I don't really like this like bubble look. So this one you can actually grab this background piece and move it or get rid of it. So what I will do on pieces like this is I will then go to shapes, add in a bar, a square, rectangle. I'm just going to go through this pretty quickly, but you can go in, change the colors, and then this is my little trick to kind of replace that footer down here. Cover it up. I'm going to use, there are these backward and forward buttons. If I hit backward, it puts it behind all of this. I'll change the font color. There you go. Like I said, I'm going to go pretty quickly just because we're getting close. But you guys can come in here. It's pretty simple. You just kind of have to tweak things, make it look a little bit better. But there we go. Maybe I'll add one more shape up at the top to make this look better. It's still kind of funky looking. There we go. So yeah, there you go. You can change this around, make the flyer look great. Click Save. I usually save it as the property address. There we go, and let's see if this works. So now I'm going to click Exit. Okay, so sometimes when you go in and you add these like shapes at the top or bottom, or you want to use something to cover something else up, sometimes it kind of rearranges it once you hit save. So I'm going to go back and click edit one more time and try to fix this. Sometimes it just takes a couple times before it'll stick, which is silly, but sometimes it just doesn't work right. I'm going to try to fix this real quick. Move all this stuff forward. Hopefully you guys are still finding this useful. I think so, because I think some of these flyers are not the prettiest, unfortunately. So we can make them look a lot better. There we go. Hit save one more time. Let's cross our fingers and hope that this worked. There we go. I mean, it pushed those logos back, but that's good enough for now. So now on this page you can see we have the button for download PDF. This is going to give us a nice print quality piece. You can start to print off flyers, email this, put it on a tablet, what have you. But same sort of thing, if you wanted to put this in the body of an email, post it on Instagram, post on Facebook, same thing, you can right click over here, save the image as, and then that'll save this as a JPEG as well. They do also offer printing. I don't know too much about this. I don't know how good the quality is or what the turnaround time is, but you can also order from Market Leader. I would say your best bet is to just download the PDF, buy a nice packet of paper from Staples, and then print at your office. I'm going to go back to search up at the top right, show you guys just a couple more things. A lot of times people will call and ask us about listing presentations. So right now I'm in my saved flyer designs. I'm going to go to Design Library. So also on the flyers page, there are a couple different letters. There's like a pre-listing presentation letter, seller's home evaluation letter, buyer presentation letter. These go along with your buyer and listing seller presentations, but if we go to guides, this is where you can actually find the different presentations. So buyer presentation, pre-listing presentation, and a listing presentation. These are both for individuals and teams, and same sort of thing, you can go in here and edit these, make changes, and then it'll create a nice little book for you. We do have more detailed videos on creating the listing presentations on our YouTube, so you can check that out. But that is actually about it for today. We're going to wrap up. So I hope you guys enjoyed this class. If you have further questions, definitely feel free to get in touch with us. I'm going to put up our contact information here. These are a few different support numbers, and then of course we are here Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. on emails, and then 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. on phones. So feel free to get in touch with us. But yeah, we'll have this recorded on YouTube soon. And thanks for sticking around. Hope you guys have a great day.